welcome to my Monday stream. Today I'm going to be working on dice bags and quilt kits. So I'm getting ready for Nashville Heroes and Villains Con this weekend. So yeah, lots to get done. The reason why I lump quilt kits and dice bags together is because the dice bags have a lot of sewing on the machine, sitting down, and the quilt kits have a lot of standing up, cutting back here on the table. So it's a good combination. Whenever my legs get tired standing up, I'll sit down and sew dice bags. When my butt gets tired of sitting down, I'll stand up and do the quilt kits. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to start out, though, with putting my labels on these quilts because I finished last week quilting and binding. I've got the quilting one up on YouTube. I've not done the binding yet. But I quilted and bound these on last week's stream, so now I'm going to put the labels on there and put the dates. And then once I get those hand sewn on, I'll move on to everything else. With my labels, the first thing I do is my nice new label. Super excited for it. Is I put it on the bottom and I hold it in place with two pins. So I have a pin here and a pin here. Oops. I need to turn that off. It's too bright. There we go. So I have a pin here and I have a pin here. Just holding in place. And then I will hand sew it. I'm using Bottom Thread by Libby Lehman from Superior. It's just a nice thin thread. And I'm going to double it up for strength. I put the first stitch in, and I'll actually do this over here so you can see what I'm doing. I put the first stitch in on the corner here, and after I pull it through, I put that over there, I'm just going to make a knot. Now, there is something called a quilter's knot, which lots of people have tried to teach me. I just cannot figure it out. The quilter's knot is a way to knot it as you're sewing. But I just do the good old-fashioned, just tie it in a knot. And I always like to do it 3 times, just for added strength. Now, this little tail right here, I'm going to leave it there because I'm actually going to use this to finish it off at the end. And now I don't have to worry about my thread coming loose because I've doubled it. So now I'm just going to do a slip stitch all around the edges. There we go. Just to keep it on there. Now, if you are a quilter, it is important that you label your quilts. Even if you just write on a sheet of fabric and sew it on, make sure that you label it with your name, or in my case, my company, and the date. The date is something that I have not done until now, until about 2 months ago, because I didn't understand the importance of the date. I actually got to listen to a fantastic speaker who is a quilt appraiser. And her biggest thing that she was talking about is the importance of labels. You don't have to be a famous quilter that has won tons of awards in order for your quilt to be valuable. So it's super important. So like quilts that have been handed down, it's nice to know who originally made it and when it was made. She said the biggest problem that she has with appraising quilts is whenever there's no labels on them. So even my Pama quilts, like the one I have here, are going to get labels and dates. Now I'm only going to put the year. I'm not going to put a full date. Alright, now I've reached the end, so I'm taking this tail here and tying it off. There we go. And now I'll trim it. And I have got my label. Alright, now I've not found a nice pen that I like yet. I keep trying a couple of different pens. The biggest problem that I'm having with pens is it's, even the fabric pens, is it's kind of spreading. So I'm going to use this one. I've been experimenting with this pen lately. It is, I don't even know the maker. It's one of promotional pen. There we go. And all I'm doing is writing in my own handwriting, 2017. You can't really see it on the camera. But that's it. That's all it is to labels. So, here's the bottom. Now, I do have a quilt that I messed up a little. You know what, I'm going to write the dates on here first. I accidentally put the label on the wrong side, so the label's actually at the top of the quilt. You really can put the label anywhere you want, but if you put it at the bottom, I think it's actually a little better. Alright, so let's go on to the next one. So I've got 4 of these I'm making. I've got 2 Beauty and the Beast and 2 Gardens of the Galaxy. I have not finished quilting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle quilt yet because my machine is broken. I haven't dropped it off to the shop yet. I'm probably going to drop it off tomorrow or Wednesday. That way it can get repaired while I'm at Nashville. Although I'm not going to have to do any actual quilting for a few weeks. After Nashville, I've got a nice 3-week break between before my next con, which is Con Bravo. And then I've got another 3-week break before Gen Con. Oops, there we go. Make sure I've got enough of a tail on here. There we go. I suck at making knots. I think it's because my nails are too long. Even though I just got them done last week, I didn't ask her to trim them down much. Come on. Seriously, knots are the bane of my existence. There we go. And again, by doubling it up, I'm making sure the thread isn't going to come loose. Now, if somebody that purchases my quilts wants to take the label off, by doing it this way, it's not in the binding. They can take the label off if they want. But, as I learned from the quilt appraiser, it actually is more valuable with the label on. Because they can track it better. Now I'm doing a slip stitch, so that means that I'm going through the label in only the first layer of fabric. So you cannot see my stitches on the other side of the quilt. So I'm slipping it in between. That's why it's called slip stitch. Now with my old labels, I would put it in the binding. There we go. Streaming! They're a little loud sometimes, their voices carry and they forget. Today, both Jordan and my husband are home because Jordan's off school. She actually starts summer school tomorrow, and today is a holiday because Canada Day was on Saturday. So, there's a lot of people in Canada that have off today. And I am going to stream tomorrow as well. I'm going to be working on the dice bags and the kits tomorrow. I know that it is a holiday for most people in the States because it's 4th of July. So I figured it's a good time to stream because I can't do it tonight or tomorrow night, and then Wednesday Jord has a rugby game that I'll be going to. Alright. I'm streaming! Sorry. Don't mean to yell. Again, their voices carry, and I think they forget. Alright, so 2 more labels. And then I will move on to the kits and dice bags. Now, as you can see, I've been working on some dice bags. I think I have like over 300 dice bags I have to make. I did not make any between C2E2 and AwesomeCon. And I sold a bunch of C2E2 and a bunch at AwesomeCon. And of course, a bunch of too many games. Alright, give me one moment. Sorry about that. Oh, come on. Seriously, knots are the bane of my existence. There we go. Now, whenever I start the labels, I make sure that the thread is pulled over to the side. Because I don't want to get it caught up in the thread or in the label, because I need that tail to finish it off. Now, every now and then you'll notice that I'm looking on the other side of it. That's because I am not quite sure that I did the stitch correctly. And I'm afraid that I may have gone through all the layers. If that happens, just undo that stitch. There we go. I left the tail really long this time in the hopes that these knots weren't going to be the bean. Alright. Hey, that one didn't take us long. There we go. Okay, one more. I keep a program that keeps track of everything I have in stock. So whenever you buy something, not only do I record it so I can pay the sales tax, but I keep an inventory. And what that does is it lets me know what I have to remake. So after the labels go on, the next step is to then add these into my inventory. And once they're in my inventory, I will then redo my books that I bring to conventions. If you haven't seen me at a convention yet, I actually have books with me that tell you which quilts I physically brought with me, examples of commissions, and all the patterns that I carry. Figure it's just easier that way. Here we go. Haha. I'm getting it. See, putting labels on doesn't take a lot of time. Just a matter of doing it. So if anyone says that they don't put labels on because it takes too much time, that's not a good excuse. You can also buy some really great pre-made labels where you just add your name and the date, either online or at your local quilt or sewing store. Moda even came out with fabric this year that is just printed labels. Oops. Nope, okay. I thought I went through, but I didn't. And something else I'm working on is doing collaborations with others in my team. I'm actually looking, I see 3 people in my team are also streaming. You've got Iron Bandsgram, you've got Imperial Girl, and you've got Nerd and Needle. There we go. Alright, so labels are done. So let's move on to quilt kits. You may notice that I have some of the things already sitting here. I already pulled the fabric for the Amazon Warrior because I completely sold out of her at AwesomeCon. I didn't even have any kits for too many games. So I think I made 3 kits and brought 3 kits with me to AwesomeCon. So I made the decision to make 6 kits. So what I do whenever I make kits, first step is I print out my page that tells me how many strips I need. Put that right there. Not gonna need this. Now, I am eventually going to be moving to the Sizzix system of the strip cutting. I really, really like it, although I have not finished figuring it all out yet. So I'm going to do a stream where I figure it out and I actually use the Sizzix system in order to cut my strips for kits. But for now, I'm just going to use my regular ruler. So this is the Stripology ruler. Alright. Let's do these. Move that down. Alright, let's do red first. Now, with the Stripology ruler, you may notice it's half the size. So you do need to fold the fabric in half. And the cat must have been up here or down there rubbing against my fabrics. Because there's cat hair on it. And I cannot have that. There we go. Set those there. So I'm making 6 Amazon Warrior kits. And I knew I'd probably have to put my hair up, and I do. Whenever I lean over to cut fabric, my hair always falls down in the way. Oh, and I just realized you cannot see the end. Okay, you can. I'm just looking at it wrong. Okay, red, I need 1 3.5 and 1 2. So I need 6 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 2. Okay, there's 6. So I need 5 2 inches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Okay, and then that's all the red. Alright, let's move this one here. And next. Now I'm doing the big ones first because the full bolts, the long ones, are a bit of a pain because you have to fold them over and you've got to do all that. But the lilac and the red is not, I haven't gone through it enough in order to put it back onto a half bolt. Okay, so purple, I need 5 3.5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, I did one wrong. Oh, yep, I did this one wrong. Okay, there's 3. That's the only problem when you cut them wrong. Now let's cut this down to a 2. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. So I've got 1, 2, 3 there. I think I can get a full 5 out of a strip. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5. And then a 2. I don't know what my problem is today. Alright, I'm going to finish that one off. And then here's 2 extras. I did a 3 and a 2.5. Why would I do that? Just wasting fabric today. It's still not a 2. That's the only problem with the Stripology ruler. I haven't gotten quite used to it. It speeds everything up if I do it right. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 2. There we go. I actually did one right. Now you may notice I'm squaring it up every single time down here. That's just making sure that my fabric is straight and my cuts are good. And this is the other small problem with the stripology that I have found. Sometimes I don't go through all the way, so I need the scissors. There's 5. Now, I'm not saying the stripology ruler is bad. This is definitely a lot easier and faster than just doing regular rotary cutting. Okay, that one's good. And every now and then you may notice I don't do a trim over here. And that is because it lines up perfectly. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you look at the pictures that are scrolling through on the left, those are all of the patterns that I currently carry. There we go, 5. Yep, see, that one was a beautiful cut. Just remembered something I need to do. Okay. Alright, I have gotten through most of them. I just need to do a couple more 3.5s, and then I'll cut all the 2s. Now the reason why I've been cutting 1, 2 at the end is just for efficiency. Since I've already got it set up and I know I need some 2s, I may as well just cut one. I cut too many 3.5s, I just realized that, because I already had 2 here. So I'll set these 2 aside. Or actually, better yet, do I have any extras? Nope, I don't. Okay, so I'll set those there. Oops. Alright, so now I just need to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great, and that's how many 2s I need. 2 inches. When I say 2, I mean 2 inches. Alright, so I need 8 of these. 1, 2, oops. I missed one of the cuts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 extra. Now after I finish cutting everything, these 6 kits are using almost my entire bolt of lilac fabric. So I'll transfer the fabric that's remaining to the half bolts, and then I'll set the actual bolt itself aside to remind me to reorder it. Let's move that down. There we go. Okay, and I'm doing 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. See, in this part is a pain. But like I said earlier, it's still faster than just using a standard straight edge and rotary cutter. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. That's a big piece that didn't get cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6. All right, so this next one should be my last one. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Obviously the 2s are a little bit easier than the 3 1/2s. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, so let me take the rest of the fabric off the bolt because there's not a lot left. So I want to go ahead and transfer it to a half bolt. So I take it off first. I'm going to set this aside to remind me to reorder it. And how I transfer it to half bolts is first, I fold all the fabric in half. And then fold it over. Alright, scissors fell. I'm going to remember that they're there because you know I misplaced things. Can't find it. Now the first color I did, the red, I did not take that much off the bolts. Each bolt comes with 15 yards. I wait until it gets down to a minimum, or maximum I should say, 6 yards. So if it gets down to about 6 yards or less, that's when I transfer it from the big bolt to the little bolt and reorder. Now, this is where I want it to go because I do my cutting from my left to my right. So, I want to start wrapping it onto the smaller bolt from the opposite side. So, let me grab a empty, smaller bolt. Now, there's 2 different brands that I use. This one is the Fabric Organizer, which is Denise. So it's fabricorganizer.com. The other one that I actually like better, but I want to try to use all these up, Polar Notions is the name of it. I had to think for a moment. Alright, so tuck those in, and then now just wrap. There we go. And I didn't bring over my little clips, did I? No. Okay. That's fine. And then I'll put that one away. Alright, so purple's done. Now, I can use all my ones that are already on half bolts. So, black. I need 2 3.5s and 6 2 inches. So, the ones that are already on half bolts will actually go a little faster. So I actually need, I'm at black, 2 times 6, I need 12 3.5 inch strips. So 3.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 2. Get my scissors. So it's 2 apiece. 2, 2, that's a single, that's a single. And I normally put my singles up above just because it's easier for me to remember that those are my singles. And you see how much faster this is that it's on the half bolt? I don't think I cut this one all the way. Nope, okay. Okay, 2, 2, 2, and 1. Okay, so now I only need 2 3.5s, and then the rest are going to be 2 inches. Okay, so the rest is going to be 2. So 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. And I said the numbers out loud because I wanted to remind myself constantly that I'm on the odd numbers, not the even, like I normally am when I'm doing 2 inch strips. So I don't make a wrong cut and waste some fabric. Okay. Now I need 6 of the 2 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's exactly what I have here. And I'll show you why I'm separating them into the 3.5s and the 2s whenever I assemble the kits. Okay, so now I just need 2 inches. So I'm just going to cut on all the evens. Oops. Okay. So I need 6, I said, right? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 3 colors to go. I'm thinking after I finish cutting the strips, I'm going to take a break, make some dice, sew some dice bags with it. I used to just yank on these and pull them apart. You don't want to do that. I found out the hard way. If you yank on them to pull them apart, you'll pull threads out. You don't want to pull threads out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now this one, I'm almost done with the black. I only want to cut 8 strips and not 10. 6 for there and 2 for there because there's 4 strips there. Oh, you know what? I did want to take these purple, the extra ones I cut, and I want to set them inside here. That way the next time I cut strips and use that color, I already have those cut. Okay. Alright, so I'm doing 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and I'm done with the black. Come on. Fingers don't want to pick things up today. Three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Okay, next color. Yellow. Alright, I need 1 3.5 and 4 2-inch. Okay, so I'll just cut across the 3.5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 2. So I still need one more 3.5. Okay, so I need one more 3.5, and then I'll cut all 2s. Okay, so there's my 1 3.5. Now I'm cutting on the odds. So 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, 11.5, 13.5, 15.5, 17.5, 19.5. Okay. Why am I closing that up? Okay, so the yellows, I need 4 of each. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my last 3.5. Okay, so now I'm just going to do 2 inches all the way down. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, and I'm constantly looking to make sure I'm doing it right. 3, 4. So 4, 4. Okay, so I need 4, 5 because I have 3 right here. And then I'll be done with the yellow. Three, oops, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, yellow's done. Time for blue. And blue, I need 1 and 2. So let's go straight across with the 3.5 because, as I've learned doing it many, many times, going 3.5 all the way across gives me 5, and I need 6. There we go. So I need 1 more 3.5, and then I'll go across with the 2s. Yeah, got a little crooked, so I'll have to redo it at the front. Okay, so 3.5. 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, 11.5, 13.5, 15.5, 17.5, 19.5. There we go. All right, now the blues, I need 2 of each. So 2, 2, 2, 2. So I just have to do 1 more pass of 3 because I have a single one right here. So 1, 2, 3. Great. And I'm done with the blue. last but not least, the skin color. Now, with all of my patterns, I have suggested colors. You can always change skin colors. So if you want to make the Amazon Warrior a darker shade, feel free to do that. If you want to make her a lighter shade, feel free to do that. Especially the backgrounds. If you don't like the purple of the background, you can always pick a different background. Okay, so I need 2 3.5, so I'll need at least 2 goes of it. So I'm just going to start cutting 3.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 2. Okay. 2, 1, and 1. Okay. Okay, there's 2, 2, 2, and for the 2-inch strips I need 4. Okay, so I just need 2 3.5, so I'm going to cut 2 more, and then I'll go the rest down in 2-inch strips. Okay, so there's 1, 2. So now I'm going to go down on the 2s on the odd numbers. So 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Okay, so I need 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need 4, 8, 12, 16. Well, the most I can get in a single pass is 10. So I'll just fill this up with 2 inches. I realized I say okay a lot when I'm streaming. I think for me it's just an affirmation that I have finished with the step I'm working on, and I can go on to the next. Okay, there's 4, 4, and 2. So I only want to do 6 more. Okay, there's 4, 5, 6. I started counting it off by the 2, 4, 6, 8 instead of counting how many I was doing. Alright. And there is all of the Amazon Warrior fabric cut. And just like I was predicting... Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. I only cut 5 strips and I thought I cut 4. I miscounted. But like I was just saying, just like I predicted, my legs are starting to hurt a little for standing for a bit. So I'm going to sit down and sew some dice bags. And then after I sew dice bags for a bit, my bum starts to get a little sore. I'll assemble those kits and pull out fabric for the next one. Alright, so dice bags. Like I said before, as you can see, I've already started them. I have almost 300 to make. I'll set them right there. Just finishing off the old ones. Okay, so all my dice bags are made with scrap fabrics. So whenever I go through and I make a bunch of pillows, I take the scraps that are on the ends of the pillows and I turn them into dice bags. So all I do, oops, this one is not cut. I need to trim the edges. Some of them I forgot to trim the edge off. There we go. So I trim the edges off. So I now have 2 pieces of fabric. I take them and I put them face to face. And the first step is to sew down the left and the right. Now in the case of the dice bags, it does not make a difference what color thread you use for these steps. No one's going to see it unless they look inside the dice bag. Which they won't. There's no reason to. Even if you flip it inside out, you're still not going to see these threads. So in this case, I've got an old off-white on the top and an old bobbin of red on the bottom. All of the pre-bond bobbins that I have for all of the colors, when I'm doing dice bags, I just go through and I take all the ones that are low and use those. Now, as you can see, I do them in sets of 2. If you've watched me piece quilts before, you know I like to chain a lot. Sewing 2 at a time actually allows me to chain them without any problems. Alright, so I've sewn the left and the right. Now I'm going to sew one of the openings. So either the top or the bottom. So again, face to face. Alright, and step number 2. After you finish sewing the left and the right, and the top or the bottom, flip them inside out. and use your fingers to poke those corners out. After you flip them inside out, the next step is to iron down what you've done. Now, the best way that I have found to iron it is, let's say if the iron is right here, because I'm right-handed, I put my left hand in, and as I'm ironing, I use my hand to spread it out, to actually spread the fabric. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me a nice, even iron all the way down. Marley's dreaming. He's sleeping and barking in his dreams. That's funny. After you have ironed them, the next step, so let's say this is ironed. You want to take this, fold it over just a little bit. So this is the open one. This is the one that has not been sewn closed. You take this, you fold it over once, iron it, fold it over again, iron it, take this side, fold it over about the same distance as you fold it over the other one, iron it, so that whenever you're finished ironing it, it looks like this. So this is folded over, ironed, ironed there, and then this is just ironed down once. So this way I've taken care of this open seam, and this has already been taken care of because this is flipped inside out. And the next two steps I'll show you tomorrow, because I have this big old stack of dice bags to get through. So let's sew dice bags until my bum hurts and I want to stand again. You know, chat's really quiet today. I guess no one wants to chat. They're probably all just listening or watching in the background, doing something else. I mentioned at the beginning of my stream, I'm going to be in Nashville this weekend for Heroes and Villains. I am going to live stream my setup, just like I did for Too Many Games, if it works. So that will be Friday. I have no clue what time. It all depends what time I get in there to start setting up, because I've got to get in there, we've got to empty the trailer out, we've got to get everything together. Once we get it all together, we're getting ready to start building it, and then I'll start streaming. Now, one of the reasons why I do all this first is the next step after you do the ironing, you're going to be using thread that you can see. So, I always like to try to pick a thread that looks nice on the fabric. So after I finish sewing all of these strips and finish ironing them all, actually go through and put them in stacks of color thread that I'll use. And then that way I can go through and do all of one color, change the thread, do all of another color, so on and so on. I do not offer my dice bags for sale online because they're an afterthought for me. It's something that I make with scrap fabric or something else. So you can only get my dice bags at conventions. If you're watching on YouTube, you can probably fast forward until you see any of the chat pop up in that black box. As you can see, it's quiet right now. Or until you see me move on to, if no chat pops up, you can skip forward to where you see me start working on the kits again. I'll show you. Unless someone pops in chat and asks me to. I don't expect chat to be busy at all today or tomorrow, because today a lot of Canadians have off and a lot of Americans have off, and of course tomorrow is the 4th of July. So a lot of Americans will be out celebrating. To mention, I'm sewing on the left and right and the top or bottom with a 1/4 inch seam. everything I do uses a 1/4 inch seam. In fact, the foot that I have on right now is a 1/4 inch seam guide foot. So it actually has a piece of metal on the right hand side that tells that if I have the fabric against it, it's an exact 1/4 inch. Slowly starting to make a dent. Now, if for some reason, which is highly probable, if I don't finish making all these dice bags before I leave early Thursday morning, I'm going to take my sewing machine with me. And I will be making dice bags in the hotel room. There we go. I flipped the one piece of fabric upside down, and I always want to have the fabric going the same direction. It's just easier. Oops, I'm out of bobbin thread. Alright, so let's pick another leftover thread. You know, I've just got a little bit of this purple on here, so I'm going to use this. Oh, I don't know if I've mentioned lately, I will be cutting commissions off that are guaranteed by Christmas pretty soon. Probably after Nashville this weekend, I'll be cutting commissions so that if anyone commissions a quilt, it won't be guaranteed delivery until after Christmas. How are you? Hey, I actually have someone in chat. It's been a quiet morning, or quiet afternoon. How have you been? Good. I've got 2 conventions down for my 3 conventions in 4 weeks stretch. So finished with AwesomeCon, too many games. Next up is this weekend is the Nashville Heroes and Villains. Which is why I'm frantically making dice bags and quilt kits. Alright, I think after this bobbin thread is done, and I change it, I'll switch back and work on the quilt kits again. So I've got all of the Amazon Warrior fabric cut out. I just need to actually assemble the kits themselves. Okay. Sorry, just looking at my stats in the stream, making sure everything looks good. Oh, I want to show you this amazing fabric. It is so cool. Isn't that neat? It's the Ursula, and then the Wicked Queen from Snow White. And then they also have the Sleeping Beauty dragon. And, oh, what's her name? I'm drawing a blank. Here's one with her. Dang it, I know it. It'll come to me. Now I'm going to sit here and think about what the name of the Sleeping Beauty villain is. Maleficent, thank you. Yes, so it's got Ursula, the Wicked Queen from Snow White, and Maleficent on it. It's pretty cool fabric. I like it a lot. It is brand spanking new. So I got it in my hands just a few weeks ago. So that means stores that decide to carry it should be getting it sometime next week or this week. Times like this, I wish I had a machine that went a lot faster. Just for all of my piecing. Yeah. No, and in fact, I got it just 2 days before AwesomeCon, and I sold out of the pillows. Like, I didn't have time to make any dice bags at all. I just made a bunch of pillows, and I sold out. So then I made a bunch more for Too Many Games, and sold a bunch more. So I've made a bunch more now for Nashville. I mean, I have a lot of Disney fabric, and I have a lot of, like, here's another one that's going to be the next one. See, I've had Disney villains. So this one has got Ursula, Maleficent, the Evil Queen, and Cruella de Vil on it. So this one's missing Cruella de Vil. So this is just their heads, though. So I've had that fabric for a while. And I have other villains fabric. And it's done pretty good. But not as amazing as this fabric. Like, it hasn't sold as well. Like immediately I sold out. I made 6 pillows and sold out. So it's making me think I may want to order another bolt of it before it goes out of print. I just really was hoping that they would come out with a new panel quilt. And they didn't. I mean, there's not... This fabric didn't come with a whole line. It was just like a one-shot off. But hopefully, if it does well, they'll do more. And then we do a panel. Crossing my fingers. Bobbin's done. Alright, so let's change this. And you know what? I've got this turquoise blue that's almost gone. I'll put that in. Alright, let's go back to kits. Okay, so first step. I already did the... Well, almost all fabric is limited run. The way that fabric works is that the fabric manufacturers go to the copyright holders, they get the permission, they pay for the copyrights, they then hire an artist to draw it, they then go back to the copyright holders, they get the approval of what you think, they then announce the line. So they announce the line of fabric or what they're doing with the fabric. And then stores and manufacturers like myself then put our orders in of, they haven't even made it yet. We put all of our orders in saying that this is what we want. So let's say theoretically 1,000 bolts get ordered. The company goes, oh, well, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and make 1,250. Just in case someone that didn't put the order in wants some after it comes out, or someone wants to go back and buy another one. 90% of the time, once they make that 1,250, they don't make it again. There are some exceptions, like this Batman one. So this Batman one here, who's the manufacturer of it? I don't even remember. Let's see, it should say is David Textiles. So this one's a David Textiles. It's not one of the normal Camelot or Creative Springs. And David Textiles does continue to reprint and remake it because it's a really good fabric. So most of the time, that's it. So that's why I'm saying I may go back and order some more before they're out. Because they come out with all new lines all the time, and they're always changing their lines of fabric. Okay, so I've got 6 of those. Let's grab here. Now when I print these, 4, 5, 6, I print them on hard cardstock, and it actually helps keep the fabric laying out nicely. Alright, let me go get my business cards. Because I just realized I forgot to set them out. Alright, now, the reason why I separated out in the 3.5 and 2-inch strips is because I'll put them in separately into the bags, but then I also want to make sure, this has 6 colors, I want to make sure in the plastic bag you can see all 6 colors. So if someone's thinking about buying this kit at a convention, they can flip it over and look at all the different fabrics. So I've got red, purple, black, yellow, blue, tan. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's do there, purple and tan, and then and pattern. Okay, Okay, and then there'll be 4 sets of here. So 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5, and so that's all the colors. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so those are the colors I'm going to do. Try to look at the threads that come in with the cross stitch. Yeah, exactly. It is same thing with the kits. So you want to make sure that the colors show to make, to see how it's going to look. Okay, so I need red. So 1, 2, 6. Scooch these down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there. Okay, so red. Perfect. Okay. And that's why the first stream that I did with doing these strips with the kits, I was super excited when we came up with this. There we are. And there is all the fabric. So let's scooch this down, peel that off. There you go. And quilt kit. And with my nice little hangy tag. Okay. Let's put those there. Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were down there, Marley. Marley, it's okay, baby. I didn't mean to scare you. Here, you want a treat? Let me give you some. Let me give you something. I think I saw a lamb burger chew. I scared him. Whenever I slammed that kit down, I didn't know he was standing right underneath of it. Oh, what is this? Here, let's give you half of this. Here you are. Oh, of course you're going to sit right there, right by my feet where I gave it to you and chew it. Okay, next. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there. Honey, you can't sit there. You've got to take it someplace else. Oops. I just realized my Twitch flyers are in here, and I want to make sure I take those with me to Nashville because I wasn't going to take this box with me. Alright, now let's move a little faster because I know how I'm going to put them together. And I can actually flip this one too. The next set I'm going to cut is Kirby. My happy puffball. Oh, I have not put it on my social media or my website or anything yet, but I have partnered with Quilt Exchange. So you can now buy, if you want an actual paper copy of my pattern and not the PDF download that I have on my website and on Etsy, you can now go to Quilt Exchange and buy one. And they ship all over the world. Doesn't make a difference where you are. which is fantastic because I can't do that. Now, I should be able to get that on my site hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I should do a site update, and I should be able to list all that. And then quilt kits, I do sell on my Etsy shop. Okay, there's 2. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pattern. And card. There we go. Was that good, Marley? Was that a good treat? Yeah. 3. Three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. And I'm super excited for Nashville this weekend. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm flying Laura down to help me out. She is a fantastic minion. And especially for new shows, I know that she knows everything and we can build everything ourselves. So when I do my live streaming on Friday, you will see just Laura and I building everything. It'll be just like the Too Many Game ones. Too Many Games one. Oop, that's what I thought. There's 2 in there. Now I also need to go through all my patterns and take account, because whenever I place an order for the next pattern to have for Gen Con in August, I want to make sure I reorder anything I am low on. And I have a sneaking suspicion I am low on the Amazon Warrior because I have sold a lot of her. There we go. Just caught on the pattern. Oops. There we go. All right, 6 kits done. Let me set this aside. Now I'm going to take these. Let's put them over here for now. And these I'll set aside over here. Now the next is, oh, you know what? I lied. I don't want to do Happy Puffball. I want to do the Japanese Wood Spirit next. And I need 4 kits for the Japanese Wood Spirit. Okay, so I'm looking here. Now I have extra fabrics cut already. So, let's see if I can find these. I think this is all I have of this one. Yep, you know what? This is going in here. And that green, I think that's all I have of that green. No. Yep, here we go. Here's the green. Okay. Now I still need a light green for the background. I think I used this one. Yes, okay, that's a good one. 2 ultimate challenges in any craft space. Yes. I completely agree, Christian. It is, you know, fine. That's why I have to be completely organized. It's a little messy, but I have to be super organized so I can find everything again. Okay, and then the gray. I think this is it for this gray. No. there's that gray. Okay, and then I need white. Don't have any white up there yet. Here. I need black. I have the gray, I have the light green, I have the green. Oh, that's right, and then the tan. So the tan has to go with the gray. I'm thinking this one. Yep, perfect. I like this combination a lot. All right, so I've got those, and I need 4 of these. Okay, so I'm going to sit for a few minutes and sew some dice bags. Feet are starting to get a little sore. Or legs are starting to get a little sore. Yeah, it is. I have... So the 2 signs. So I've got that sign that's right behind me that says, a person who doesn't make mistakes is unlikely to make anything. To remind myself, I make lots and lots of mistakes. It's okay. And then the other one... Oh, I fell back. And my other sign is this little wooden sign that fell back. Something about creative people are never neat or are never clean. Or there's something about chaos and creativity. Last year, I did a spring cleaning blog with Cheryl of Muppin.com. This year, she asked if I would do it again. I said, yeah, I don't think I have time to clean. So I kind of like tidy as I go a lot of times. And I'm looking over there at this huge stack of mess that I have. So it's a blog hop that she does, all about professional quilters, sewers, people like that, cleaning their space for spring, and how they do the organization, how they do everything. I love reading it every year. I told her I have to do it next year, or else my space may not get a good cleaning. Here, here's another new fabric. I'm going to sew those up next. Isn't that cool? Oops. This one, both of the edges need trimmed. Apparently I did not trim them. Yeah, no, when I saw that, I've got a whole bunch of Nightmare Before Christmas fabric, but that's another new one that was just released. And there wasn't a lot of fabric that was released with it. It was really just that fabric. But I'm like, I have to get it. I've got now 1, 2, 3 different fabrics that I offer from Nightmare Before Christmas. That's another one that's brand new. So stores should be getting it this week or next week. That's what I should do, is put these over here. That way you can see the ones that I'm sewing up next, instead of having them in front of me. I'm just looking over at all of my old fabric, my old thread spools, the bobbin threads, to see what's close to being finished. So I've got 2 gold, I've got an orange. Now the bobbin, the colored bobbin that's almost full, I'm not going to use that. I'm just using like all the remnants of all my bobbins for this. This is how I normally do my day. Whenever I'm sewing off camera, I do something standing, I do something sitting, I do something standing, I do something sitting. And that way I never have to worry about it. How about my legs hurting or my bum hurting? And I did upload the Too Many Games feed where I did the setup. So I've uploaded that to YouTube, so if you missed it you can watch that. I also uploaded my quilting day last week. I have not gotten a chance to upload the binding day yet though. So I'll try to get that done in the morning. And then if I have time, I'll get this one uploaded as well. And tomorrow's going to be more of the same. Hopefully, I'll get through sewing, flipping, and ironing all of these dice bags before the stream tomorrow, so that I can show you the next 2 steps for making dice bags. definitely more than halfway through the stack, so that's good. I worked on it a bunch last night and this morning. You wanna come say hi to my stream?
No, I'm good.
I scared Marley when I dropped the kits right there. Apparently he was laying right underneath of it. So he got a chewy. The one that's on the top right now behind me, the Star Wars one, glows in the dark. So the panels, any spot that is white, glows in the dark. Make it through this bobbin remnant, I will go cut the fabric for the Japanese wood spirit. Oh yes. If you, I absolutely love glow-in-the-dark stuff. If you look at my commission list, oh, and this one glows in the dark too. If you look at my quilt commission list, I actually just took a commission yesterday for a twin-size Ghostbusters quilt. It's gonna glow in the dark because I have special glow-in-the-dark fabric that I use with it. Glow-in-the-dark thread too. I'll have to use that whenever I sew the Ghostbusters quilt. I haven't used the glow-in-the-dark thread yet. I haven't found anything to use my glow-in-the-dark thread for. I just like to buy it all and have it just in case. Like the invisible thread that I use for the Catan quilt. I bought that on a whim, just like, oh, invisible thread's kind of cool. And they black, you know, for darker things and lighter things, to really make sure it's invisible. So I bought them both, and then when I was quilting the Catan quilt, I thought, huh, I'm gonna use this stuff. Myself to look up at the event list. That's what I'm doing whenever I do that. Obviously, I'm in the Star Wars section of fabrics. Whenever I cut pillows, I do them one subject at a time, one topic. And so that's why my dice bag fabrics are all the same. So they're by topic. After I finished sewing, flipping, and ironing them all, I'll separate them into piles. Because again, you're not going to see the thread that I'm using for this, but you will see the thread for the next steps. So I will separate them all into different piles and the color thread I'm going to use. At that point, they'll get mixed up for the topics. That one on top, the Darth Vader one, also glows in the dark. That's one of my favorite ones. Oh, hi, Cap. How are you today? I am in the midst of a convention crush. So I just had 2 conventions back to back. Went camping last weekend with my family. Then I have another convention this weekend. So I am making dice bags. And quilt kits. Bobbin thread is gone. Okay. You know what? This orange is not a lot left on it. I'll use this one next. Alright, let's make some Japanese wood spirit kits. Okay, let's do the big bolts first. Now I said 4 of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. The reason why I count those, it's easier for me for my inventory if I look at those and then print out onto the cardstock the ones that I need. And then after I print them out, I add them to my inventory like they're already done. And then that way, after the kits are made, I don't have to worry about going in and then doing that. It's just easier. Okay, so the white, I need 1 3.5 and 1 2-inch strip. Okay, so I need 4, so I need to go 4 of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 2-inch strips. There's 1, 2, 3. And I'm only going to need 1 more 2-inch strip. Oops. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the fabrics that I use for my kits, if they are solid, they are either Kona or Bella. If they are the mixed colors, they're either a Batik or they are the Moda marbles. And I'm just going to do, I only need 1, so I'm going to use my regular straight edge. Okay, 4. Alright, and I'm going to put the whites over here. Okay, and then green. Okay. Oh, I don't want to use that one. I'll use this. Okay, so for the light green, that's the background, I need 3 3.5s and 8 2-inch strips. So a bunch. So I'm just going to keep on making some 3.5s. Sorry, I looked up a chat and I lost my place. Almost. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to go right across with these 3.5s. Oops. So light greens, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And a single there. Alright, so for the next one, I only want to do 2, because I have 1 there. So I'm going to do 2 3.5s, and then do the rest 2 inches. Oops. Oh, pull over. Oh, my stuff's falling over. There we go. Stay. Okay. Did I move? Nope. Okay, camera looks good. I was afraid I bumped the camera and moved it. Alright, so I need 2 of these, I said, right? Yep. 3.5. 7. Alright, now the rest I'm going to do in 2 inches. So I'm going to do the odd numbers. So 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Okay, and then I need 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. keep going. Now I've cut all of my 3.5s, and I need 24 more 2 inches, so I'm just going to go right down with those 2 inches. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, now this light green is starting to get low, so whenever I finish cutting all the strips for the Japanese wood spirit, I'm going to transfer it from the bolts into the half bolts. I don't think I have any more empty ones over here, do I? No, okay, so I've got to go get some. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just need to cut 4 more. One, 2, 3, 4. Great. All right, so I've got that. Now, take it all off of here. Now I do have another bolt of this. So I'm going to set this over here because I do not need to reorder it because I already have a second bolt. Whenever I bought it, I knew I loved this green, so I bought 2 bolts of it. Okay, flip it. Let me go get some empty ones. Oh, I may have some trapped in there. Oh wait, look, here's one. Aha. Fantastic. And that's it for the ones that are on the full bolts. Okay, this goes up the half bolts. All Alright, this is the tan. Now, you'll notice, just like with the Amazon Warrior, cutting strips is going to go a little faster because they're already on the half bolt, so I don't have to fold them down. Alright, so I need 2 3.5 and 2 2-inch. So there'd be 2 times 4, so I need 8 total of the 3.5. So for the first pass, I'll just go across. Great. So I need to correct, yep, 2, 4, a single, and a single. Alright, so I need 3, because I need 2 and then 1 right there. Yes, so I need 3 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, and I finished on the 10.5, and I want to go 2 inches, so it's going to go 12.5, 14.5, 16.5, 18.5. Great. There's 2, 2. Now I need 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3, 6, 7. So I only need 7 2-inch strips. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, this one's done. But before I do that, I learned my lesson the last time. Let me put these all up just to make sure I cut them all right. 2. Alright, I did. Okay, black. Now, black, I need 1 3.5, but 7 2-inch strips. Okay, so I just need 4 of the 3.5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I'm done with the 3.5s. Now I just need to cut 2 inches all the way across. Alright, so for the blacks I need 7. So there's 2, 4, 6, 7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I need more than 2 passes, so this one's going to be all 2 inches again. Yep, I'm a little off, so let me square it up again. Alright, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I need 7, I said, right? Yep. There's 4, 6, 7. And I think this one had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I just need 5 more. See, this is why I take the time whenever the bulk gets low to put it on the half bolts, because it goes by so much faster. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just making sure that's all I needed to cut. Okay, and black is done. Two more colors. Alright, gray. Now, for this one, I'm going to finish off this piece first. For gray, I need 3 3.5s and 6 2 inches. So I'm just going to take the 3.5s all the way down. 7, 10.5, 14, 17.5, and it's not even enough to do a full thing with. So that's trash. 1, 2, 3. There's 2. And now let's do this one. Now, do I have... Yes, okay. So making sure I had a good dark gray after this one's done. Making sure I did reorder another one, and I did. Okay, now there's a big chunk in here, so I have 2 choices. I can either cut this off and pitch it, or I can iron it all out. I'm probably just going to cut it off and pitch it when I get there. Yeah, because I can rotary cut right up to the edge. Alright, so I need 3, 6. Okay, and I can only get 5 in a strip, so I'm good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the half. Okay. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Where's the symbol? Okay, throwing that into the scraps because it is a big enough chunk for a scrap. It's fine. Okay, move that down. Alright, so I need 2 more 3.5s and then the rest in 2s. Okay, and then the rest in 2s. So 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm good on 3.5. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And that's the end. So let's put this over here. I should have enough to finish this off. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, oops, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 7 more. Okay, let's see if I have enough. Oh yeah, look at that. And about that much left in scrap. I'll toss into my scrap bin. So I've been trying to think about different levels for the subscriptions. I'm probably going to use the same levels I do for my Patreon, which is at $10, you'll get patterns emailed to you every single time that they're released. So any new pattern that's released, you'll get a copy of what. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the $25 level, if you're in North America, once a month you'll get mailed a pound of my scraps. Now, but I need to make sure that those are going to be feasible. So I've got to do lots of research first. All right, so gray's all done. Time for green. Okay, so green, we get 1 3.5 and 1 2-inch. So, use my regular one for these. That's not 2, is it? Oh, it's just 2. Yeah, that's perfect. That is 2. Yep, that's 2. Great. Okay, I don't need that one anymore. Oops. Okay, that's a scrap. Let's see how far I get. See if I should pull that off or not and toss it in scraps. Alright, so I've got, I need 1 3.5 and I need 3 2-inches. So there's 1, 2, oops, I think I went all the way through, there we go. 3. No, that's still good. pieces of the Japanese wood spirit cut out. Oh, I gotta sit for a bit. So, 15 minutes left in the stream. Let's sew more dice bags. Where did I finish off? Right here. So tomorrow I'll stream at the same time, 1 to 4, and I'll pick up where I left off. So I will hit up the Japanese wood spirits. I also still have to make 2 British police boxes and 2 Happy Puff balls. So I'll finish those up tomorrow. And I'm going to try to get through all of these dice bags. I'm going to try to I'm not going to finish them in 15 minutes. So I'm going to my husband's softball game tonight, so when I get home, I will finish up sewing these dice bags and get them flipped and ironed. And then I can show you the next couple of steps tomorrow. Star Wars. Now when I get back home from Nashville next week, I decided that as long as I'm home in my studio, I'm going to try to stream at least 1 afternoon a week. I'll still do some evenings, but I want to make sure for people that want to watch live that live in Europe or Asia, I want to stream at a better time for you. So at least once a week I'll do that. I haven't decided which day. More than likely it'll either be Tuesday or Thursday. And this one's done. There's a little bit left on that pink one, so I'll use that one next. I forgot to put them behind me there for a second. This fabric I'm having my hands in my inventory. I have it named Dark Skull. I have names for each of the fabrics in my inventory because some of them are actually called almost the same thing. So I try to think of cute little names for them. And I'm dropping stuff. Oh, hey, Iron Band Scram, how are you? I saw that you were streaming. And I'm stopping my stream before, so I was going to pop into your stream if you were still streaming. I have another convention this weekend down in Nashville, so I'm frantically trying to make dice bags and quilt kits. And then tomorrow, doing the same thing. Yep. I like how I answered that just as you asked it, and then I looked over and... Great minds think alike. So, do you have any quilts that are going to be at Houston this year? Oh, the other convention's been great. Awesome Con is amazing. It is, I've done it since the very first year. They, and I've got a good fan base in the DC area, so I always have a fantastic time. I wanted to try to stream during the convention, but I got so busy I never got a chance. So I streamed a couple of things here and there. And then too many games, it's just awesome. I was able to stream, as you saw, the setup. So I'm planning on doing that again for Nashville this weekend. So Friday, I'm going to stream building the setup. Oh, okay. I haven't submitted any quilts to any exhibits yet. So I wasn't sure how that worked. If I get my button here and I can actually make the Cherry Wood Challenge one, then I may have one in there, but I've been so busy. It's due August 1st, and I've been so busy I haven't even had a chance. I have an idea, but I haven't designed anything. Oh, that's cool. You'll have to remind me in October what your friend's name is and the exhibit, so I want to make sure I go and I see it. I think I'm not staying for festival this year. I think I'm just going to do market, because last year I stayed for just one day of festival, and it wasn't worth being there for 2 whole days with nothing to do. I really didn't do anything. So I'm just going for market. I'm arriving Thursday, leaving Monday. Plus that weekend is the New York City Toy Fair. And I haven't decided. I've been thinking of doing it. But I should make a decision in the next few weeks. And if I decide to do that, well, then I definitely can't be at festival. When that runs out, I'll switch it out and then probably call it a stream. whole spool of thread doing dice bags today. Oh, I love this Wonder Woman fabric. So tomorrow, I will pick, like I said, I will pick up where I left off with the quilt kits. At the same time, 1 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. So I'll finish the quilt kits, and hopefully I'll be finished with all this stuff with the dice bag so I can show you the next 2 steps on how to finish them off. She's not attacking you?
Why?
Well, I'm just wondering.
No, she loves me.
You should brush her.
No.
She loves being brushed.
She does.
Oh, that's cool. I'm sure I'll see pictures on your Facebook. Alright, now here's the trick. I'm watching this thread. When it goes right here, then I'm going to stop, because you don't want it to go all the way through. Alright, I can go a little bit more. Alright, and I'm stopping. That is trash. And that is how much thread was left. Fantastic. Okay, so let's pick another small spool. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to pull another off-white. I'm probably not going to use. Oh, that's cool. Theater camp sounds awesome. Oh, are you going to stream it? Are you going to stream the Warbler? I actually have my friend, runs Warbler.com, and she does tutorials, and she streams every Wednesday night with, on Warbler, examples of how you can use it, things like that, how to use the heat gun. Okay, alright, I'm going to have to watch your stream. That sounds awesome. Yeah, and of course I'm getting ready to sign off, and a bunch more people are signing on to the stream. Because I have an early stream today, right? People are used to me having the late stream. Alright, that's awesome. I'm going to have to watch that stream next week. So when are you going to stream? Sunday, Monday, next week sometime? Do you know your schedule yet? Because I really want to watch that. I think that would be awesome. I didn't bring a drink down. Kinda thirsty. For those of you that just popped on, I'm finishing up my stream. Pick back up tomorrow, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will finish making quilt kits and dice bags. It won't be till he's done with camp. Okay, so after the 21st. Okay, you know what? Because that's fine. 21st. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I've got a convention the 28th, 29th, 30th. Alright, so I'll have to keep an eye on your schedule then. Send me a message on Facebook too, like poke me. Let me know when you're going to do that. Because I want to watch it and I want to host that. I think that's really cool. And I also want to let my friend know that runs Warbler.com, and then see if she can pop in and host it on her channel too. Because I think that'd be awesome. If you don't mind, of course. I think it'd be fun. Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, so I think that's everything. I'm still working on my subscription levels for everyone that's popped in. So don't subscribe yet. You're not going to get anything yet. I don't have any emotes. I don't have any rewards. Nothing yet. I think that's everything for today. Alright, cool. So I will pick up tomorrow. I'll be on 1 to 4. I know it's July 4th, but... So I'm not expecting anyone to watch. I'm expecting to be all by myself all day tomorrow. It's perfectly fine. Love you guys. I will see you. No, it's fine. Warbler. Okay. Before I sign off, I'll tell you this. Warbler is super simple to work with. It is, as long as you have the heat gun, have the Warbler and a heat gun, and it's important that you have the heat gun. You don't try to use a hair dryer, because the heat gun's going to heat it up enough that you can bend it and mold it. But it's fantastic. It's wonderful. I haven't played with it. I cannot wait until I can play with it, because I haven't made any cosplay, but yeah, I want to. I want to so much. So, okay. I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic night. I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.